freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives, and I'm your host, Bruce Anthony. Thank you for listening and watching wherever you get your podcasts and video podcasts. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and rate us. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at unsolicited_perspectives. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at unsolicited_PER. Watch us live now. Watch us live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube. Our audience continues to grow with each and every episode, and I humbly thank you.
On today's episode is the happy hour episode with my sis Jay. We're going to be talking about Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark, something Jill Biden got to say, and hygiene. But first things first. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
None, man. I'm just chilling.
Got my church fan in here.
Chilling like a villain. What you up to?
Man, in here with this church fan trying to get a little air circulating in here.
All right, for all those that are listening, my sister turned off the air conditioning because it makes a really loud sound. For all those that are watching on video, you can see her sweating her ass off.
Lord, fish don't burn in the kitchen. Bees don't.
She got the eyes on the prize, sweat beads on her forehead.
Keep the eyes on the prize. Lord, I feel like I'm marching to Selma.
All right. Well, Jay, you had something that you wanted to talk about, and I was like, I don't really have too much of an opinion on this, but you got some things that you want to say, so go ahead with it.
Oh, you talking about the indictment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have too much on that either. Just that it's hilarious. You know, I learned a word around the time Trump got COVID. And it's a German word that I used a lot, and now our younger brother hates hearing it, but I'm going to share it with you all because it's a wonderful word. It's Schadenfreude. And now Schadenfreude is the feeling of joy you get from another's misery. Leave it to the Germans to come up with a word for the feeling of joy you get for another's misery or misfortune. And that's the joy that I felt when he got COVID, and the joy I felt seeing him on that perp walk in Manhattan. Now, of course, you know, this is white. I don't even know if this is a white collar crime. It's so white. There's no precedent for it, right? Like it really isn't, because he's the first president ever to be indicted of a crime.
Yeah.
Nixon got this close, really close, but Trump is the only one. So it's a historic thing. There's no precedent for this. So he didn't get a mugshot. You know, it was certain things. There was no, he wasn't retained, right? There was no bail because they already got rid of that for white collar crimes or nonviolent crimes or whatever. New York already got rid of bail. There was none of that. But just watching him silently, for the first time, silently walk in to that Manhattan, it warmed my heart, and it gave me this warm feeling of Schadenfreude, which is joy in another person's misery. You know, he's this is not the only DA's office that might have some charges of brewing. It's just the first one.
Yeah, no, this isn't even the major crime that he did. The major crime is his interference of the election in Georgia, in your state. That's the big thing.
Yeah. But you know, Bragg, the DA, he felt like he had enough to make what are typically misdemeanors, which is these payments of hush money and hiding the hush money and stuff, elevating them to felonies by getting, I guess, campaign finance law and tax law involved, that he was intentionally deceiving the public during election, all of that stuff. So, I mean, it's not like we don't know he paid off Stormy Daniels. It's not like we don't know he paid off Karen McDougal.
That in and of itself isn't a crime.
It's not a crime.
Yeah.
Paying somebody hush money now is cool. Like, hey, I got him a little hush money. You slide it across the table.
I'm waiting to get
say
some hush
nothing.
money. Yeah, I'm waiting to get.
Literally, that's all I've been waiting for my entire life. Was
some hush money
to slide me an envelope full of cash across the table and tell me to keep my mouth shut.
You know what I'm also waiting?
What?
You know what I'm also waiting for? Every time I like walk to the grocery store, I do one of my little evening walks where I'm walking in these little areas and I see like wooded areas and stuff. I always look in. Because I'm hoping one day I'm going to see a big bag of money. You know, a drug dealer that was on the run just tossed a bag.
You're going to mess around, find a body, and then you're going to be on the next episode of NCIS or something like that.
Oh, I got to be on NCIS.
I don't know, because you're in the district. I don't know.
But that's dealing with like Navy crimes.
Yeah, you might end up
finding a sailor.
Finding a sailor, and then there you are. You the guy. Whenever you watch Law and Order, the jogger that happens to find the body, that's you.
Okay. Well,
yeah. No, that's not what you want.
No, I want the bag of money.
You want the bag of money, but there will never be that bag of money. Now, hush money we might get. And just know, listen, if y'all are thinking about giving me hush money to keep my mouth shut, the world will never know. I could have been paid hush money 10 times over by now, and you will never know it, because I will take it to the grave. That hush money will be well spent. I am not like these other hoes out here that'll run their mouth. That'll run their mouth. That's not me, baby. It's going to be as quiet as it's kept. Okay? It's going in the vault. I will never tell a soul.
I'm gonna be real honest. I'm too messy to keep things quiet.
No, that's true.
I signed an NDA. I'm gonna break that NDA as soon as I leave the office. Man, you know what I just signed for?
Man, you ain't even gonna believe this.
All right, so you're excited that he had that purple.
Yeah. Do I think he's gonna do any jail time, or is anything gonna come of this? I mean,
no.
Boy, that's a slippery son. No, he probably not.
No.
But this isn't the big case that we're all waiting for. We're waiting for the one down here in Georgia. That's what I'm waiting for. The one down here in Georgia.
I don't. Maybe it's I don't know. Look, people like that don't get their comeuppance. This ain't a movie or a TV show. People like that get away with it.
Yeah.
So because he's been getting away with. This is not the first time.
The entire time. Yeah, he's been getting away with it.
His entire adult life, he's been doing crimes. Yes. So, like, I'm not, whatever. Like, when he got indicted, other people around this area was, because, I'm in the DMV. That's the District, Maryland, and Virginia, not Department of Motor Vehicles for people that are listening.
And only certain parts of Virginia and certain parts of Maryland. Not all of y'all are part of the DMV. Knock it off.
So I was just talking about that. I equate with it. See, it gets different because people in the district be like, none of y'all DMV. It's the district over everybody. And I'm like, okay,
well,
whatever.
Yeah. People from DC, they go real hard for DC, and
But where do they go?
DC.
But where do they go to the mall?
Exactly.
Right. So it's the District, Maryland, and Virginia. I say wherever the metro touches, that's the DMV.
Yes.
Now, I was talking to somebody earlier about it today, and they were like, well, Prince William. And I'm like, nope, Prince William is too far. They were like, Howard County. I was like, no, Howard County is too far.
Howard County is that's Baltimore to me.
Exactly.
That's Baltimore to me.
That ain't the same thing. How did we get on?
Because you said I'm from the DMV. People were celebrating.
People were celebrating, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I didn't even think that I think he had a fight on his hands for the nomination anyway, because Ron DeSantis is somebody that's way more palatable to all those people that had to vote for Trump.
He's sold his soul to a much bigger demon. So
Whether
yeah, I'll just put that out there.
I'm not going
Look,
to, I don't feel like attacking Republicans today. I feel like attacking white people. No, I'm just, look.
well, listen. You know what's funny to me is there's like this line in the Bible that the meek shall inherit the earth, right? And everybody always thinks that that's about them. It's about Black people and all the things that we sacrifice. Oh, we all been sacrificed. I said, when Black people ever been meek? The meek have already inherited the earth. They never said that was going to be a positive thing. Why would you want the meek to inherit the earth? Nobody would want that. They're meek.
Okay. Explain to people what meek means and not Meek Mill.
Oh, well, first of all, Meek Mill is a rapper from Philadelphia.
I said not Meek Mill.
Oh, not Meek Mill.
Yeah.
So Meek just weak, timid.
And who are the weakest people that see, they try to portray strength all the time. They talk tough, but all right. So I don't want to talk about this no more.
GOP.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this no more. Like
GOP.
I was just watching the news about how they're kicking out and expelling the Tennessee lawmakers. Like I'm done with that.
Yeah,
like I'm done with that. I don't want to talk about that no more.
But
let's talk about
see what it is.
Let's talk about Angela Reese and Caitlin
Angel.
Clark. Angela was somebody kept calling her Wallow and Gully kept calling her, and so that's stuck in my head because they couldn't because they were defending the Barstool guy. Anyway, let me tell y'all the story. So the story is
also not to be confused with Kimberly Reese. That's
no, that's from a different world.
Student from
from a different world. Yeah. So Angel Reese is a basketball player from LSU, and Caitlin Clark is a basketball player from Iowa. And unless you've been living under a rock, because this was major news, they played in the national championship game, and Angel Reese was doing a Tony Yayo / John Cena. You can't see me. People have been saying that John Cena ain't giving him credit. John Cena has given Tony Yayo plenty of credit, and it's been documented, and you can find footage of it. Yes, he took it and he made it more popular because nobody was doing the Tony Yayo. They doing the John Cena. But anyway, so she was doing the John Cena. Angel Reese was doing the John Cena to Caitlin Clark at the end of the game, pointing to her finger because LSU had beat Iowa. And then all these people were up in arms, called her disrespectful and trash and unsportsmanlike and the whole nine, completely disregarding the fact like Caitlin Clark had actually done the You Can't See Me previously several times and is the biggest trash talker.
There was a whole ESPN segment dedicated to how much Caitlin trash talks, including the Tony Yayo.
The Tony Yayo or the John Cena. The Tony Yayo / John Cena. And guess what? Ain't nobody really tripping off of Caitlin Clark talking trash because that's a part of ball. And she can ball. I mean, this girl is for real. But you had a situation where a young Black woman was from Baltimore. No, not Baltimore.
I said from Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah, from Baltimore. Yeah. A young Black woman taunting a young white woman, and everybody jumped on the young Black woman, completely ignoring the fact that the young white woman had done the same thing. And immediately it got me furious because I was like, "Oh, this is a prime example of racism."
Yeah.
In your face racism. Like this.
Because when Caitlin did it, it was passion.
Yep.
Don't you know she just has passion for the game?
She has passion for the game.
Yeah. When Angel does it, she's a hood ass Black girl who is disrespectful and doesn't know how, and is a sore winner.
But I will say that all those things could be true.
Yeah, but the
betrayal. Yes, that's the point. Like, let's treat them all the same, and that's not what they were doing. and it fired me up. But also, there's a dynamic of it's more so in the men's game than in the women's game, right?
Mhm.
In the women's game, you will see a lot of, and let's be frank, Iowa had one black player, LSU had no white players. All they had was a white coach, right? So it
Mhm.
was there's always this dynamic in sports of black versus white, and you really don't see that in the men's game that much anymore because black men tend to dominate the sport. Not saying that black men are better at basketball than white men, just white guys aren't going into the sport like they used to, just like black men don't go into to soccer, right? Or tennis. That doesn't mean that they can't play the sport. That just means that they're not.
Well, black men in the U.S. because it's
You're right, black men in the U.S.
yeah,
And there's the different arguments about why certain races go into certain sports and the economics of it and thing. I'm not going to get into all that, right?
yeah,
There's another conversation to be had about that, but
right,
this wasn't a situation where it was white versus black, and the ratings for this game were
hmm
higher than some NFL games which typically have the highest rating on television,
yeah,
right? This was a big game because it was a bunch of white people versus a bunch of black people. It's what sells in combat sports.
yeah,
It's what sells in all sports in this country because there's such a
yeah,
dynamic between black and white. It was just aggravating for me how, and it was white America.
yes,
Predominantly white America, because there were some black Americans that were calling Angel Reese out to task, saying that was being a little too much. And I'm like, y'all are old as hell. Y'all need to
yeah,
move the hell along, because that's how these young kids are, right?
hmm
Like that, they that's how they are, right?
Not
That's
just
a
young
general.
kids. That's literally how athletes are,
Yes,
or how black people say it, athletes. That's literally
right.
how athletes are. Like they talk trash. Let me tell you why I was not bothered by this.
Okay, what? Wait a minute. Wasn't bothered by what Angel did, or the conversation about what Angel did.
The conversation.
Okay.
I was not bothered by the press about it. You wanna know why? Because Angel wasn't. Angel got out there and said, "Oh, y'all been calling me hood. Y'all been calling me ghetto. Y'all been calling me this. That. I don't care.
Yeah. Well.
I
Yeah.
won though. You see this rank? I won.
Yeah.
And so y'all not having the same conversation that you're having about me about her, and I don't care. And I'm gonna call you out about it. Let me tell you, the handling of this by Angel Reese, top tier. And this is why I love Gen Z. She took a page right out of Venus and Serena's book of y'all are out there writing articles because you can't do what I do. Like she
Mm.
took a page right out of that and was like, man, please. I won though. Period. I don't care what you say. I don't care what Jill Biden says. I know you're going to talk a little bit more about that. Angel
Oh,
Reese was
yes, I
like,
am.
I am who I am. I did what I did. I do it again. And I won. And I'm a winner. Period. And that's really why y'all mad. And I said, sis, talk that ish because I love it. I was like, they can't touch that girl. You can't touch her.
I, okay,
Period.
so
It didn't bother me.
I agree with that. I love her bravado.
Yes.
I love the bravado, the Gen Z. Like we've talked about this so many times, and I was
And they,
talking to my friends, and they were like, "I don't like it," and I was like, "It's because you just don't understand it. You're old now. Like you're
yeah.
old,
And you're used to accepting being silenced.
right?
And it's not really so much bravado of is that she's answering the questions. Like you're asking the questions, but you're asking them rhetorically, like she's not supposed to answer, like she's supposed to feel ashamed. And she's like, no, I'll answer the questions. I don't have a problem with that. I'm confident in who I am and what I do. And I don't have a problem with that. The people who are wrong in this situation is y'all, not me. So why
Right.
should I be afraid? And
So
why should I be silent?
I get that, and you make a valid point. My question to that is, what if she didn't win?
It doesn't matter.
No,
If
it
she
does
hadn't,
matter because
if she,
the reason why she can rub it in people's faces is because she won. But if she didn't win, that conversation that
she wouldn't have made the gesture if she wasn't going to win. That's the thing. She made the gesture after she already knew it was done. Like, it's a done deal. It's locked. That's when she made the gesture.
I mean, yes.
She wouldn't have made the gesture if she wasn't going to win.
Well, maybe she might. She
And
looked like the type of
literally,
person that might make that gesture anyway.
I mean, it might have been another gesture
it might have been.
because
Might have been.
because I seen the footage of Caitlyn in other games. She a little asshole, but but that's the game. That's
the game.
that's the game.
You
And
know
so
who else
if
is a
she
little
could dish it
asshole?
out, she could take it too. And she
Right.
never said to anybody. She first of all, she hasn't said anything. Which
nope, that's not true. She did come out.
She did say something.
She
finally?
came out and
Okay.
she was like, I don't know. And it wasn't finally. We're filming this on a Thursday. This all happened on a Sunday. She came out Monday or Tuesday because the backlash was so loud.
Yeah.
She was like, that I'm not tripping off of this. Y'all are tripping off of this. Like, that's a part of the game. Oh, she came out and said something after what Jill Biden did, and we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to go back to a point that you made, and it is silencing Black women yet again. First of all, they want to silence women general across the board.
In general, yes.
No matter what race you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you damn sure can't say nothing if you're a Black woman.
No.
Shut up and stay in your lane. And that's what I got from that. And I'm like, I'm not going to cuss on here. I want to cuss right now because I'm starting to get heated. I want to cuss right now, but I'm not going to cuss because this ain't the Uncensored episode. But you can watch the Uncensored episode After Hours Uncensored on our Patreon page at patreon.com/unsolicited perspective.
Plug.
That's right. Everybody keep talking about, I'm going to join. I'm like, I'm gonna need the numbers to keep going. I'm gonna need the numbers to keep going up now. Y'all talk about y'all going to join. It is so much content on there. But it's about silencing. And then when I saw it, and I was like, one of my biggest pet peeves is hypocrisy. Like, if you're gonna stand on something, stand on it across the board.
I think we all hate that.
No. Well, some people hate it when other people do it, but they don't call themselves to task.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. So I try to call myself to task because I hate it absolutely so much. And it's okay. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it's just like these Tennessee lawmakers being expelled from the state house because they participated in what was absolutely a peaceful protest. But the same people that are expelling them absolutely don't have a problem with what happened with January 6th. So that's the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. Something that actually people should have got expelled from Congress for. That did not. Different rules for different things. One's the federal government, one's state government. States make their own rules. So I'm not going to have that argument. But the hypocrisy of it is that and a lot of people attacked Angel probably because they hadn't been following Caitlin Clark. They saw the news. They saw, it's one of us out here hooping. I'm going to watch. And Caitlin Clark wasn't out there doing all that talking because she was too busy getting her ass whooped. Right. But if they had done just a little bit of research and hadn't been what's that type of, not a fair weather fan, but a bandwagon fan. If they had done a little bit of research, they would have realized that Angel was absolutely doing the John Cena, Tony Yayo, you can't see me in response to what Caitlyn had done. Because that's Caitlyn's
literally
thing.
2 days before.
2 days before. But the general public that's jumping on the bandwagon don't know the history of it. And my problem is when when they're faced with, Caitlyn did this first.
Yeah.
They don't have the same rhetoric for Caitlyn as they did for Angel. And that's because
she's Black.
One's white and one's Black.
Yeah.
So when we say we live in a racist country, this is a prime example of two people who
definitely live in a prejudiced one. But yes, we also live in a racist one.
Yeah. Because there's a difference between bigotry and racism, and if you want to get into semantics of definition, the actual definition, I mean, we can. But it's racist.
Yeah.
It's racist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you have people who are barstool. I mean, they are a sports podcast, right?
Mhm.
And you have the owner, who's a multimillionaire,
Yeah.
calling her, a effing idiot
Mhm.
in reference to Angel. This is somebody who follows sports. So these are the people I'm specifically talking about. This is somebody who
Yeah.
follows sports, that knows
That
Caitlin's
knows.
track record,
Yeah.
but saw nothing wrong when Caitlin was doing it, but
No.
immediately saw something wrong when Angel was doing it. And it was absolutely because, whether you want to believe it or not, American society has taught white people that black people just aren't as important and are inferior to you through media, television, movies, history,
Mhm.
stories. That's what they've done. And
And
whether or not they want to acknowledge it, that's how you look at black people. Even if
and
you think that you are one of the good people that don't, deep down inside, when push comes to shove and there's an alley and you see some black people at the end of the alley, you immediately get scared. But you might
yeah,
not get scared when there's a bunch of white people down there in that alley. And I
I
guarantee
do.
you, my ex-wife, who was white, Italian, but white, uh,
That's white.
that's what
It is. It's
I mean,
white.
yes, it's white. It's white. Uh, who would
Start that.
often say, because we lived in a neighborhood that's it's predominantly white, right? In
Mhm.
Arlington, Virginia, it's predominantly white. I would go down in the metro and I would get her when she was out with her friends, would come home late. And she says, I'm not fearful no matter where I go into the city, but I damn sure I am with these drunk white boys all around.
Mhm.
Um, Same thing with when they're talking about drag queen and groomers. Like, I'm not attacking white people. I'm just making a point here of
Mhm.
saying, maybe you should look in your own house before you start throwing stones at the next house. Now, I just threw a bunch of different cliches that didn't make no damn sense, but you get what the hell I'm saying.
If you stones hit the kettle and it's black, watch out, Jack. But it's also this idea of black as aggressor, right?
Mm-hmm.
The angry black woman, the black person as the aggressor when you have a black person and a white person in some sort of disagreement or conflict. It's the infantilization of white women, right? That Caitlyn, she only did it. I saw somebody comment. Well, Caitlyn only did it for like 1 second. She did it for Angel did it for like 9 seconds. No, it doesn't matter. It
Was
was the
that social
same.
media?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. But I mean the hoops that people will jump through
yeah.
to um to substantiate their hypocrisy. Like the literal stretching. I was like, does your back hurt? Because you are stretching. You are stretching for that one.
That's a hell of a downward dog.
Yes. Are you Stretch Armstrong? Because you made a hell of a. I guess Stretch Armstrong. I'd probably just dated myself. I probably
Yeah,
should have
you
said,
dated the hell out yourself.
homie from the Fantastic Four. But you know what? I don't know nothing about the Fantastic Four, and I'm not ashamed of that.
He's Dr. Reed Richards.
That's not even a cool name.
Actually, Kane the Conqueror is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Well, I don't like that. So Ken Conqueror is biracial?
Nathaniel, his name is Nathaniel Richards. He's a descendant of Reed Richards. Yes.
It's biracial. Mm.
Well, I mean,
That explains some
he's
things.
got some white in him, but don't we all here in America?
White mom, white dad. Which one? There's a difference.
They just say it's a descendant, and it's
Okay.
thousands of years in the future.
Well, him becoming King the Conqueror is giving white mom to me, but now you're gonna have the biracials on my back. That's just because they know what's up. But Jill Biden is in a little bit of hot water. A little bit.
So
Should say First Lady Jill Biden. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, she's first lady, but she ain't my first lady no more. Look, she showed her true colors to me. I thought she was down for the cause, but the first time
I don't know why.
and say what?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Like, I don't know why either. But the first time ever in the history of teams winning championships and come to the White House, she suggested that both teams should get to come. Ma'am, that is not how this damn thing works.
No,
And the
never.
only reason why I can imagine that she would say both teams is because she identifies with the Iowa players. Why would she
Yeah.
identify with the Iowa players? They're all white. Look, I don't like to talk about racism all the time. And just so I'm being fair, and we brought up Cain the Conqueror. Black folks do the same thing too. People stick up for their own. Because
Yes.
we were making excuses for Jonathan Majors because he's dating a white woman, and we're saying, "Oh, that white woman is setting him up for this supposed
I
domestic."
didn't make none of those excuses.
I said, I'm speaking in generalities here.
Oh, okay.
Like not all white people was caping for Caitlin Clark. Not all black people are caping for Jonathan Majors. I'm
Right.
just saying, generally speaking,
Yeah.
white people was caping for Caitlin Clark and black people was caping for Jonathan Majors. And I will say, I saw them text messages that she sent him after the whole fact. And that sounds like a woman that's been beaten and battered and is suffering from battered woman syndrome. That's just my personal opinion. I think he did that shit, but that's just me. So I'm not just attacking white folks here. I'm attacking us as well, because there's a bunch of us that's still defending R. Kelly. There's a bunch of us still defending Bill Cosby. But
Yeah.
Jill Biden, the point I'm trying to make is Jill Biden suggested that the losing team be invited to the White House along with the winner team. That has never happened before, all because she identifies with the losing team. The majority of America identifies with the losing team. Why? Because for another couple of years, the majority of America is still white folks. And I get it, because we identify with, if black folks, sometimes we'll claim people that ain't even black.
No,
if they
because
just dark
sometimes they
skin.
they really feel black to me.
But they don't be black though.
They don't, but I look and I'll be like, you know what? Alex Trebek, he was black. Like, I don't care.
What? Why Alex Trebek?
You ever seen pictures of him in the 70s?
No, he had a fro.
Yes. And the stash and everything. I'm like, yo, Alex Trebek was black. Somebody was passing. You're not gonna convince me. But it's not attacking. We're not attacking anybody.
No, we're not attacking.
We're holding people accountable.
Yeah, there we go.
And it can feel like an attack when you dead ass wrong.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
I'm a bulldog in how I explain things. My sister is a cat. She can explain things more eloquently. And I'm giving you a damn compliment right now. You can take it. You ain't got to attack it because it's a cat. My sister can explain things as a little bit more eloquent. If you feel like you're being attacked, you're guilty.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because a hit dog will holler. Okay, a hit dog will holler. And so the moment I say something and a bunch of people in my comments talking about this, that, and the third, I say, well, paper can't hold fire.
But I don't understand that expression, because of course a hit dog will holler.
Yeah. A hit dog will.
So what happened if that hit dog don't holler? It's a psychopathic dog?
You know, these sayings don't never make no damn sense.
They don't never make no damn sense.
Like, you can absolutely teach an old dog a new trick. Like, you absolutely can. Yes. You just need positive reinforcement, lots of little treats, whatever, and you can definitely teach an old dog a new trick. I don't know I don't know how you killed two birds with one stone. It doesn't make sense. None of these things make sense, okay? It's not the point. The point is a hit dog will holler. If you feel like it applies to you, then here you go. Burr, 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 burr. If it didn't apply to you, you would have shut your mouth. And that's what it is. When I hold you accountable and you feel, why are you attacking me? If you feel attacked, that's on you, player.
All right, sis, you sent me something earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to let you break it down and explain it. But I'll have my take on it. after you break it down and explain it for the people?
Well, honestly, it's the last straw for me. This has been this has been honestly, we started asking questions of the general public during the pandemic because we were bored. We were on Twitter, we were on social media and stuff, and we were asking questions of the general public because we were bored. And what we found out,
Hold on. I'm gonna need
yeah,
you to, one, stop hitting your microphone, and two,
oh,
you keep moving it into the screen. Everybody gonna see it in this little corner right there. Yeah, there you go.
your microphone is right in front of your face. What's
But
wrong with my microphone being
that's
right
the
here?
placement of my microphone. Yours is like blocking. It's not. It's a block, and it's blocking some of your
Yeah,
screen.
let me
like
turn
make
it
it.
like that.
Yeah, and quit moving it because all I hear is.
I can't help it, okay? I
And
have to have something
that's
in
all
my
the people
hand.
gonna hear. All right, so
I have
we
to
was
have something in
asking.
my hand and I don't have a fidget toy.
Okay,
Yes.
say was asking a bunch of questions during the pandemic.
Yes, we're asking a bunch of questions. And what we found out, what Black people found out, is that majority of people are gross. And what that means is y'all are not bathing properly. Now, there have been many video and blog posts from Black people to the general population, but we're gonna aim it towards white people because this is y'all seem to be the main offenders of this.
We are really
About
attacking white people today.
well, we're holding them accountable.
Holding them accountable. If you feel attacked,
If you feel attacked, a hit dog will holler. Okay. I'm gonna keep saying it because it'll keep being true. Y'all not washing your ass properly, and we've been showing you. And here's the thing that just boggles my mind. You know, far from me to say anything positive about enslavement in the United States, but we taught y'all how to bathe because we were bathing you.
and cook.
And so when we got free, y'all just said to hell with everything we showed you. Y'all just said to hell with it.
You're gonna have to break it down exactly what you're talking about because they're not following you.
Washcloths. Use it. So the video I sent you, it was a gentleman in there. He says he doesn't use a washcloth. He uses his hands. How you wash your ass with your hands? You don't. You're not getting in there good. You're not scrubbing, and you're not getting in there good. Here's the and I saw another video, and it was a podcast, and it was two white people, and he was like, I've only seen poor people use washcloths. I guarantee you, Beyonce, Rihanna, all of them, they use washcloths. I guarantee it. I bet you they use just one and throw it out because they're rich. I wish I could do that. I can't. I just bought Target sells washcloths in a little stack with a little ribbon around it. That's not for show. That's for your ass. Okay? Wash your ass with a washcloth. And here's why. Here's why I'm a huge proponent of washcloths over using your hands and definitely over a loofah.
Okay, so that's where we're gonna differ. But go ahead.
So I'm not opposed to you using your hands or using a loofah. I feel like a washcloth is also a necessary supplement to those. One thing that I have an issue with the loofah is y'all don't switch them out as often as you should. There will be loofahs. I know some of y'all in there. Some of y'all out there right now with a loofah hanging up and it's threadbare and is hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
And it is
I got one of
filled
those.
with bacteria and all kind of stuff. You done had it for too damn long.
Yeah.
Switch it out. Switch it out. Y'all don't be switching it out. And it's just filled with bacteria and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I do like loofahs because they're a good exfoliator. But you know what's also a good exfoliator? A goddamn washcloth.
Not as good as a loofah though. The loofah is the loofah is a prime selling point for exfoliating.
I'm not using these hotel quality frou-frou shishi 100 thread count washcloths. I'm using an old grandmama rough washcloth, and let me tell you something. It exfoliates. Okay.
No. Scraping your skin bare is not exfoliating.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. And the thing about a
You thinking the
washcloth,
shower is hot. It's not hot. It's just you scrape so much skin off that the
yeah,
water is burning you.
water is just touching my bones. That's what I want. That's how you know you're clean. Y'all,
No,
that's how you know you're clean. If it don't burn when you get out the shower, if you're not covered in tiny cuts while you try and put your lotion on, that's another thing. We're not even gonna get on that about y'all not wearing lotion. But
well,
a
I mean,
washcloth is good because you get that same exfoliation, but you could take that sucker out out the shower and put it in the washer machine, wash it,
yeah,
and so you're not transferring bacteria on your body over and over and over again.
yeah. You're right. You're right. So
And it gets in them cracks and crevices and crannies and nooks.
so this is the loofah. So
No.
I use a loofah.
Yes.
I use a loofah. And
How
sometimes
do
I mix it
you?
up. I'll use a loofah and a washcloth, depending on how. Like in the summertime, I'm using both of them.
Yeah.
But like during the wintertime, I'm not using both of them. And the only time I ever use my hand is when I have a bar of soap and I'm just doing a quick shower and I'm not going nowhere. I'm just sitting around the house because there are different levels of shower. There's
Yes.
different level of bathing. If you just kicking
Now we
around your
getting deep.
house,
Now we getting deep, ladies and gentlemen. Now we getting deep.
if you just kicking it around the house, you can go ahead and take you a quick shower if you ain't going nowhere.
Quick shower.
But I was talking to a friend of mine, and they were like, "Yeah, this person invited me out to hang out at the last minute," and I was like, "Well, nah, man, I got to jump in the shower and get ready." And they were like, "Didn't you already take a shower today?" He was like, "Yes, but that's not a going out shower. I was
No.
doing a kicking around the house shower.
Yeah.
It's two totally different things.
Very different showers.
This is
Very
completely
different
different.
showers.
Look, when I'm going out, my shower, 30 minutes minimum.
Yeah, it's a deep clean.
It's a deep clean.
If I'm going to be around a lot of people giving hugs, things like that, dapping people up, it's a deep clean.
Deep clean.
Yes.
Now, I had this conversation with two other women, one black, one white.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody used washcloths or loofahs.
Yeah.
The white woman brought up, well, to the black woman, do you use two washcloths or just one? Because I use two. And the black woman said, I just use one. And the white woman was like, well, wait a minute. So you wash your face and your ass with the same washcloth?
No.
And then I was thinking to myself, well, we don't really use a washcloth to wash our face, right?
No,
we have
no.
face
That's too
cleansers and
rough.
you just use your hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
back in
use
the
my
day,
hand.
back in the day, our grandmama,
you did scrub your face with that washcloth.
You pull your eyeball out and put it back in because you scrubbed your face too hard.
Yes.
But it was interesting because it's like, no, I just use one washcloth. But just like if you're washing your ass.
Well, if she's using top-down method and then, which is obviously undercarriage is last. Now, me personally,
undercarriage is always last.
Undercarriage is always last. But me personally, I do have two. One for top side, one for the undercarriage. Okay. I do have they're two different colors. Everything. I have different washcloths for upstairs and downstairs. But if she's doing top down and she washes her washcloth more frequently than probably I do or you do, then I don't see a problem with just using one.
I don't see a problem with it either, but I do know of people who use two. I know of people, and I'm one of those people in the summertime, they use the loofah and the washcloth, and the washcloth is specifically for undercarriage.
Yes. The washcloth is specifically for undercarriage because you got to get in your ass. Like you got to get.
But the loofah can get in your ass.
There's too many, and here's the main. And listen, this is for cishet men. Y'all be having too many streaks in y'all drawers because you're not getting in there. Y'all not getting in there and scrubbing your ass. Well, the three of us, our family is a little different. We I think do tend to be a little more hyper fixated on hygiene. I don't know if it's because our mother's a nurse or what it is, but like we
don't
do shower a lot.
we don't like stinking because
Yes.
in our family, if you stank, nobody was going to keep quiet about that. We was going to
No.
tell you that you stank, and we was
They'll
going to ride you and joke on
immediately
you until you got in the shower and cleaned your stinking ass.
Dad be like, "Who musty?" That's the way.
We'd be like, it's you. You the musty one. but I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, people come to my place and be like, oh, you got a bidet? Yes.
Yes, I have a bidet.
Yes.
It's
We
it's
keep
a simple appliance. You can get it on Amazon
Amazon ain't that
and
expensive.
install it yourself.
I've
Yes.
told people about it and they getting it. It has changed their life. Look, we
Yeah.
about clean asses over here. I don't know how
Wash your ass. I don't understand. I don't understand women that say, "Well, if I just pee, I don't have to wash my hands."
What?
I don't. Listen.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, no, no.
Look.
Listen to me. No, there are people. I was watching one. It was a podcast, and it was two white ladies, and they were just like, "Yeah, let's just tell the truth," and how they'll run the sink in a public bathroom just so people think they're washing their hands, and then they'll run out real quick. This is like, if I pee, I'm clean. I don't have to. But you just touched everything in a public bathroom.
Somebody brought Tony Baker.
Disgusting.
Tony Baker, the comedian. I was watching one of his clips from his podcast, and unfortunately, I don't know the name of his podcast. But if you follow Tony Baker, you know he's got a podcast. Hilarious comedian. And he brought up
Love
a
Tony
question.
Baker.
He brought up a question. Hey, fellas, do you wash your hands before going to pee? And I never even thought about that because if you like, if it's an evening out, you on a date or something like that, you touched everything in the bathroom.
Yes. And now you're touching the sensitive area.
Right. Now you're cleaning afterwards, but now your member is dirty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I personally have wipes, but because, I got special sprays, fresh balls was a thing that I used to do, but now Manscaped has come out with something. I've been on that. I told my friends that about 10 years ago.
Now, who on the Amazon list, because of course we Black, so we share an Amazon account. Who's getting dude wipes? Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Because they got this special, it's got a fragrance. It's got the mint chills, the fragrance. If I can cologne my ass, I'm gonna cologne my ass.
Yes. Also, I never understood this thing about people not washing their legs. How do you wash a car and not wash the doors?
People think that because they soap their upper body, that the soap would just roll down, and the soap does roll down, but that don't mean that you clean.
No.
You got to but I'm finding out that that's a certain group of people. Okay, let's be frank. The people that are washing with just their hands or taking first of all, if you took a 5-minute shower and you going out, you ain't wash. You ain't wash.
You ain't do good enough.
You ain't wash.
No.
Okay.
You're going to be tart.
I got a friend. I'm not going to put them out there like that. I'm not going to say if they're male or female, but that they took a 5-minute shower and went out to brunch or not brunch, went out for drinks. And I was like, don't you think you need to take a longer shower than that? Because there's no way in hell that you washed everything that you needed to wash.
No.
Just 5 minutes is my face.
Yeah.
If you got hair, I don't have no hair, but I still shampoo because I got hair follicles.
Right.
5 minutes is your face and shampoo. That's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just because people just want to get in and get out and they just want to be quick about it. But that's not a process that you want to be quick.
But the environment is all attached to you. Every bit of pollution particles, dirt and things swirling around in our air is attached to you.
If you got allergies, and this time of year you are not taking a shower before you get into bed, you a dumbass because that pollen is on you. You're supposed to take a shower before you get into bed to rinse off all that pollen so you don't carry the pollen to the bed with you.
First of all, if you're getting into bed dirty,
I don't understand that either. Now, hold on. There have been some drunk nights where I'm just like, I'm too
Well,
tired. I'm just
yeah,
gonna go to sleep.
you can't help that. You
Yeah,
can't
you
help
know.
that. And I'm also not discounting the people who are suffering from depression, and just the idea of getting in the shower is just too much. We're
Because
obviously not talking about that.
because I have a friend that had suffered from depression, and they, they'll go a week without
Yeah,
showering, and
I've
so I
been
was
through
like,
that. I've been
yeah,
through that, where it's just like, just the idea, even though I know the shower would be refreshing and everything, I was like, just the idea of doing it, I just can't do it. Like that, we're obviously not talking about that.
yeah. I mean,
But
but just to help those
on
people,
your,
take a bath and listen to Anita Baker or Sade, and with a glass of wine, it'll help.
yeah. Yeah,
It'll
just a
help.
little. Just a little bit of that, and I promise you, it'll get you right out that funk.
Yeah,
Um, unless it's an actual disorder and you suffer from it chronically, then Anita Baker's not going.
yeah,
It's a
Anita Baker.
temporary fix. Um, but yeah, you got dirt, oil, dead skin, all these things, sweat, all these things all over your body. You got to scrub them off. And why are you getting into bed? Whereas where I believe our bed is where we spend the most of our life, or something, or just a good chunk of our life, like a third of our life,
Yeah,
you
no, I
spend in
mean,
bed. And you get in bed with your outside clothes on, or you getting in bed and you haven't showered. And I'm just like, what are you doing? It's disgusting.
look, when
It's
I'm
gross.
dating a woman, and let's say, Mom, I'm sorry, but sometimes every now and then I have a woman that spend the night. That's
Mhm.
just the way it is. Look, I'm grown now. I'm almost 43 years old.
Yeah, you're an adult. You don't have to apologize for that.
But,
It's fine.
but Mom be listening, and for the longest time, I told her I was a virgin. Even when I was married, I said I'm still a virgin. But
Oh
but
God.
but if she ain't talking about, hey, can I take a shower before I get into
Mhm.
bed? We ain't gonna be together for too long.
No,
tell you that,
no.
tell you that right now.
You just
Uh,
gonna carry all of outside.
all of it
Everything you
to
bumped
my
into,
bed.
everything you touched, everything. And you gonna carry the whole world and put it on my thousand thread count sheets? No, you not. No, you are not.
So the basic point that we're trying to say: wash yo ass.
Yeah, I feel like most of these diseases that we have now wouldn't be out here if y'all was washing your ass and washing your hands. And I am shaming you. I am shaming you. And for those parents out there who aren't washing their kids, your kids are being laughed at in school because they smell like outside, and that's your fault.
And
That's
if
your
you don't
fault.
know what outside smell like, it smell like you.
Pick up your kid and take a whiff. That's what outside smells like. Your kid smells tart, and they're getting made fun of at school, and they asking, "Mommy, can I please take a bath?" You don't need a bath. This is not bath night. What the hell is bath night? Every night's bath night.
Put
Watch
some
these kids.
put some toys in that mother and wash their ass.
Let them go. Put a little Dawn dish soap in there and let them go. Have a good time.
All right. So Jay,
Yeah.
Women's Month is over. Black History Month is over.
Yes.
This is not the uncensored show, so you can't say
No.
your sign off for that.
Right. I feel like I thought of one last time, didn't I? I
Uh,
really gotta remember these things.
it would help if you didn't participate in so much marijuana.
It's not that much. I really feel like people are acting like I am constantly high, and that's just not true.
The last show we did, you was high, and
Yeah, that was an
you was high,
accident.
and I looked at the transcript. There are whole paragraphs with me talking, and you giving one lines because you're so high.
Yeah, that was my fault, and I apologize to our
That's
audience for that.
that's on the after hours uncensored episodes you can find on our Patreon page at patreon.com/unsolicited perspectives.
Apologize to our listeners.
All right, Jace, hit us with your sign off.
Greyhound don't float on water. Get your money right.
I like it when you don't have something. Just come up with something on the spot. But
Yeah.
on that note, I'll holla. Thank you for listening to Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and donate.
Donations help us keep giving you this free content each and every week. Until next time, counting 5,000. Peace.